Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. First of all, I want to start off with today has been a wonderful birthday. Sorry, I was trying to figure out the signal. Today has been great, and I felt loved, and appreciated, and all those wonderful things. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. There we go. But I also want to share some things that have been a little bit hard about today. And one of those being kind of feeling lonely. And I know everybody has their own things and they're busy. I will say this. On Friday, the lead teacher of the elementary took me to get a pedicure, and we went out to eat, and it was an amazing, wonderful time. But my weeks and my time right now is filled with caring for Misty, who's behind me, and getting her to therapy and things, and I'm fine with that. That's what we've been called to at this time. It's just being an extrovert and getting to the point where it's like, okay, Lord, you have me in this season for this purpose and this time. Help me to accept where you have me right now. And so that's what I'm working through. Anyways, but it's been a good day. It's been a good birthday. And I guess kind of along that route a little bit, we've just had some struggles recently and some eye-opening experiences related to disability, on top of feeling loneliness because of disability. And I think I shared about it earlier. Anyways, I'll say it briefly. So both Thomas and Misty go to the same place for occupational therapy. Great place, great people, whatnot. It doesn't have a ramp though, it has stairs, and we've been taking Misty in her wheelchair, so that she's getting used to using it for when we're back in the States, because she'll use it for preschool and kindergarten and as she goes on, and just going to church and doing all these different things. And so we want her to be used to it as much as possible. Well, since they don't have a ramp, sometimes it's difficult to get her up and down. Well, this particular time, the seat came off of the base as they were trying to get her down, and she fell. Thankfully, the way she fell, she was not injured, not hurt, nothing's wrong with the wheelchair. No big deal. But the things that's a little bit bothersome is the fact that there's no ramp. This is a therapy place. You would think that our child would not be the only child with mobility issues going here. Sorry, I'm pouring my tea. And they don't have a ramp. I haven't been going. I've been staying home, but Dan's been taking the kids, so I don't know if they've gotten a ramp yet. They talked about possibly getting a ramp. I hope they do, because that's important. We are very thankful that the school we work at has gotten a ramp to go into the high school, because there's like this, you just step up and it's a big step, so they got a ramp. The only bummer is it's not completely flesh, so you're still a little top, but that's okay. It's not completely, it's not life-shattering or whatever. Then, today, for my birthday, I thought, let's take the kids to the pool. It'll be fun. It's close enough that, if they have a meltdown or whatever, we can just go home. It's a lot less work than packing up and going to the beach. I'll explain in another video how much of an accessibility nightmare going to the beach is. But I thought, yeah, it'll be fun. And the last time we went with Misty, actually I think pretty much every time before we went with Misty, we just carried her. Which is fine, especially if there's more than just us going. But since it was just Dan, me, and Thomas and Misty, we thought, we don't have to worry about carrying her and all that. And so we put the wheelchair in the trunk. And we get there and there's no problem. There's a ramp to get into the entrance and that's all great. We didn't remember this or didn't think about it. There's not a ramp, like you go through the building and then there's stairs to go down to the pool. There's not a ramp for that. Dan is very strong and he's very gentle and does a very good job of getting her wheelchair up and down stairs. And sometimes there's even, depending on where we are, there's people to help. But it just reminded me, because these places don't have ramps or aren't as accessible, if I were to jump in a taxi with Miss D and go somewhere, I would not be able to get her up and down those stairs by myself, more than likely. And so, it's just one of those things. And what really stood out to me today is Dan even made a comment. He's like, there's a ramp to go in and that's accessible and that's nice, but there's not a ramp to get to the pool. You make it accessible one way, but then it's not accessible, for anything else. None of the bathrooms at the pool are handicap accessible or disability accessible, I guess I should say. And I know we're not in the US. I can't expect, US standards and things like that. But it's just an extra challenge. It's just part of our story. Something we're figuring out. We try to laugh about it or make jokes or whatever and just lighten it up because that lightens up the mood. But yeah, it's definitely something that a lot of people don't think about. And so, and another a big thing that made my birthday look different is we've had to tighten down on what we spend money on because of working hard to make sure that Misty's therapies are covered. Insurance doesn't help us and we're paying for it out of pocket and it's something she needs. So anyways, just all these things to think about and but it's something I'm passionate about. I love serving people with disabilities. I love learning and thinking through, well, this didn't work, so how do I do this and that? And so it's still, I don't know, I enjoy thinking through the things and advocating for people with disabilities, for kids with disabilities, because it's so important. So anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day and we'll see you next time. Bye. God bless.